Yes, we're live. We're just not on the paper.
Welcome to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW NXT, and every Friday after SmackDown. And tonight we are going to talk about the Elimination Chamber, one of the worst pay-per-views I have seen ever.
I don't think it's definitely not the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen.
By the way, hello everybody. Scott, Zandel, Jordan, John L.
It is not the worst pay-per-view I've ever
and
seen.
James.
I think Maven is just like Charlie. Well, you know. Cool. I try. Sure.
This, I don't know. This was terrible. They should have just skipped it. Not even had it.
I don't think. Okay, I don't think this was the worst pay-per-view ever. I've seen worse. Okay, I've seen worse. This had there were some decent matches. It's just like the outcomes of things that was just like.
Oh, this was bad.
Like, I thought going into the okay, I'll talk about it when we get to it. But there were a couple things that I was surprised by that I actually liked that I didn't think I was going to. So we start off with the pre-show. We have Viking Raiders versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. I didn't even know this was supposed to happen, but okay, whatever. Viking Raiders won. Who cares? Doesn't make a difference. Apparently, this is gonna help, help them win the tag team titles, I guess. I don't know. Supposedly that's what the commentary team said. I don't know how beating Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins gets you in line for a tag team title shot, but okay. Okay. Whatever.
Well, I again, you knew it was gonna happen. It wasn't a surprise.
I'll share my thoughts when we get to it.
I mean, it just doesn't, like, if I'm gonna pay to go to a pay-per-view, I'm gonna want more than what they put out tonight. I mean, it was terrible.
Okay. I mean, I can agree with that. But like I said, I don't think it was the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life. We have Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak next. I actually thought this was a really decent match. I saw a lot of people upset that Drew Gulak didn't go over. Could this be leading to a Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan tag team?
Or could this just be leading to a Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan like fighting forever?
Ryder and Hawkins are former tag champions. Put some respect on their name. Yeah. Am I the only person that liked the women's chamber match? Oh well. Yes. Export, what's up?
Yes.
Liv didn't deserve what happened to her. I don't know. I like the Daniel Bryan Drew Gulak match. I thought it was decent. I really didn't have a problem with it. I know a lot of people were upset that Drew Gulak didn't win. Do I agree with the fact that I think if Drew Gulak did win, he would have become, or well, they could have been on the way of building him to be a major heel on SmackDown? Yes, I agree with that. But I don't have a problem with Daniel Bryan going over him because I think they might have another match. They might not. I don't know. It depends. But I could totally see like a tag team thing happening maybe in the future.
Maybe, whatever. I mean, the fact that this match even happened now was just ridiculous.
I definitely think they should have waited till WrestleMania, and then I think Drew Gulak should have won if it happened at WrestleMania.
Had this like built up, and they just like messed it up, and I don't understand what they're doing. Can I ask you a question about WrestleMania? Fire away, Jono.
Then we got Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo for the 45th time. Andrade won. It was for the U.S. Championship. Of course he won. There was no chance that Humberto Carrillo was going to win this match. This does not need to happen ever again. Stop putting these two guys in matches together right now. You need to begin focusing on doing Angel Garza versus Andrade at WrestleMania. That's what you need to do.
Again, it's a match we've seen over and over and over in some way, shape, and form.
Okay, guys, and these since December, like, these guys have fought like 7 times.
I see Sami versus Nakamura versus Cesaro at WrestleMania. I could handle that. If that's what they're going to build towards, I'd be cool with that.
Bryan can't handle 3 pay-per-view losses, so I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you hear the six-pack challenge for WrestleMania? Sasha Bailey instead of doing the singles with Sasha and Bailey in it instead of doing the singles match. I don't like that.
Nope.
I wish they would just have done Sasha versus Bailey because that's where the money is, and you don't need Naomi and Lacey and Carmella and whoever else, Alexa, Mandy. You don't need them in this match.
This is why WWE right now is terrible. The booking is bad. The storylines are non-existent.
See, but the thing is, like,
there's no thing is. They have these matches every week. Build something up.
Okay, I get that. I'm getting to that. Just
every Monday you have the same stuff. Every Friday you have the same
Monday
stuff.
has been so much better than it has been. Do I agree with the fact that we do see some of the same stuff over and over sometimes? Yes, but it's not as much as it was. So don't crap on Raw like we used to. Because it is so much better than it was. SmackDown.
It's better than it was, but it's still not that good. I mean, it's still not.
But you're making it sound like it's SmackDown. SmackDown is terrible. Do we wonder why SmackDown ratings suck? Do we wonder why nobody wants to watch SmackDown? Do we wonder why every time we come on and talk about SmackDown, it's negative? Because they have not done anything new. Because they are sticking with the same crap of Goldberg and Roman Reigns, and who cares about that? And the only interesting thing on SmackDown thus far, currently, is The Fiend and John Cena. And that is it.
Okay, but I told you ratings with SmackDown were going to be lower than expected because Friday nights are not a good night to put.
Okay, but that doesn't mean jack squat to me. I don't care about football.
I'm not just talking football. I'm talking about it's a Friday night.
I don't care.
And people don't want to watch.
It was on a Friday night before, and they had better ratings than they do right now. It is because SmackDown sucks. SmackDown straight up sucks. Whoever they have in charge of SmackDown doesn't have a clue how to make good stories, doesn't have a clue how to do anything good on SmackDown. At least Raw has Paul Heyman, and he's making things somewhat better. But
Humberto has personality, Humberto has...
Yeah. He has dimples. that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
Jerry Lawler likes to bring that up, but that's about it.
There's no charisma there.
So Andrade won. Who cares? Don't put them in a match against each other ever again. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anything. Humberto should have won tonight. Humberto should not have won. Humberto should not have been put in this match again. They've fought each other for the title like 3 or 4 times now. In like the last 3 months. But they've had more matches than that. It's just, it's whoa.
The tag chamber match was good, and they ruined the Baszler's finish.
Okay, guys. SmackDown Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. Miz and Morrison versus Dolph versus Lucha House Party versus Heavy Machinery versus The New Day versus the Usos. It's a lot of people. I actually enjoyed this match. To an extent.
I didn't.
The first portion of this match was kind of like, meh, whatever. But after we got, Heavy Machinery put in, this was fun. The New Day and the Usos start, and then Lucha House Party comes in, and then Heavy Machinery, and then Miz and Morrison, and then Rudolph last. Lucha House Party hit a really cool spot. I think that was probably spot of the night. They, Aleister Dorado did a cool flippy thing off the top of the chamber. They totally screwed up the camera angle for it, but it was really cool. And I enjoyed this match. Otis went through the cage. That was neat. He went to the floor. That was fun. Heavy Machinery ends up getting eliminated by Rudolph. Lucha House Party is eliminated by the Usos. New Day. Morrison and Miz. I don't know. They were eliminated by somebody. I didn't write down who. Then it came down to the New Day and the Usos. New Day got taken out by the Usos, and then Miz and Morrison retain. Cool. You have to have them fight the Usos at WrestleMania then to take the titles off of them and build to a match between the two of them at SummerSlam. If you're not going to do it at Mania, then you have to do it at SummerSlam.
Again, we just saw this Friday. I don't care. Like, why?
I agree. Going into this, I didn't have high expectations because we saw this match on Friday and I really wasn't, whatever. Who cares? But there were some really cool spots in it, and I did enjoy those spots, and it made me like this match more than I thought I would. Just saying. That's my opinion, and whatever. So Miz and Morrison retain. Cool, whatever. They'll probably defend against the Usos. They should defend against the Usos. If they don't defend against the Usos, what a waste. Usos should get the titles at Mania. We then get Aleister Black versus AJ Styles in a no DQ match. This is actually a really good match, and I did enjoy this. The Undertaker appears, takes out AJ. Aleister Black then gets the win. It was pretty cool. I don't think we're getting AJ versus Undertaker. I mean, I think there's still a good possibility we get that, but I think it's going to be Undertaker and Aleister Black teaming up against the OC.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, again, here's another match we just watched.
Except we really didn't watch this match.
Okay, but
because
it
really
was.
It's
like repeating. It's like they never. How you doing, Zerby stuff? They never. It's repeating over and over again.
Okay, but
I want to watch this stuff on Friday and then turn around and watch it again on Sunday.
We didn't watch this on Friday. This was Monday.
Monday, whatever.
And it wasn't. It was this week. But you make this sound like it was the worst pay-per-view ever of life.
Didn't I say that?
In actuality, it wasn't. It's not as bad as you're making it out to be. There's I agree?
No build up to it.
Okay, can I speak?
You have the same matches
you've
watched 948 times in the last, 2 months.
I get that, okay? There were some matches on here that we have seen before. I get it. But it's not like they were bad matches. It's not like it was the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life. There have been worse pay-per-views, okay? It's not like every match sucked.
This was bad.
Okay, then. It wasn't worse than Super Showdown, I will tell you that. That's for sure.
I didn't mind the Super Showdown.
You can't get worse than Super Showdown, okay? Those shows, oh boy. Those are not very good. This was way better than that, that's for sure.
I was okay with some of the Super Showdown stuff. I mean, I
agree. I mean, I think some of the Super Showdown stuff was fine, but I don't like those pay-per-views. They're not as good as...
Probably the best pay-per-view of the year so far, even though I don't like the outcomes on some of them. The issue I have with it is it's a lot of the same matches we just watched.
Which I get. I understand that. But, like, the problem here is the fact that they did just have the Super Showdown, and then they have the Elimination Chamber literally the next week after. Putting the Super Showdown stuff in the middle of this screws up all the build. You don't have any of your major championships on the show. You literally have nothing. This is an afterthought of a pay-per-view, which sucks. But that's what it is. So they were like, okay, well, let's just throw these matches together again and put them out there because at least we have this pay-per-view. You know? And so that's what this was. And if you expected more than that, well...
I didn't like it just because we just watched it. I mean, we basically just saw this the other night.
I agree.
I don't like it.
But I don't think it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's that on that.
It's a repeat.
Aleister Black won. Like I said, I actually enjoyed this. I thought this was good.
I called The Undertaker coming out before it even happened.
Yeah, so did I. I called it like last
That's
Thursday.
what I'm saying. There's like no surprise to any of this. There's nothing.
Okay, but
Go, wow.
Pay-per-views. Whoa.
Pay-per-views should be designed for people to be in shock.
Okay.
You sit
But
here and
what
watch
did you
it.
expect
you
to
should have
happen
something like a, whoa,
after
can't believe
AJ
this happened.
Styles got beat up by The Undertaker last Thursday, and then he ran his mouth on Monday talking about The Undertaker? What did you expect to happen? Really? Like, that,
What match was bad? I'll go through the list. Viking Raiders, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder.
That was pretty
The Shocked, I couldn't believe Viking Raiders won. Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak. If they would they could have built the storyline longer, I would have probably been more into this match.
I agree. I
But
think
with
if
the way
they
they
pushed
built
it
it
out
up,
to WrestleMania,
I didn't like it. Didn't like the way they did it. It's like they could have had this built up and going into WrestleMania and use it, and they didn't. The Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. We've seen them fight in some way, shape, or form over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months.
3 months.
The Tag Team Elimination Chamber. We just watched this match happen the other day.
Honestly, I was questioning why Lucha House Party was in there too, but then after they did their spots and stuff, I was like, okay, I get it.
The Aleister Black AJ match. We just saw this.
Okay.
And now we're up to the Rollins Murphy versus Street Profits. So go ahead and start talking about it.
Viking Raiders end up coming out. Kevin Owens comes out through the fans. Street Profits retain. This, I could have lived without this.
Again, another match that, like we just had. I do like what they did at the end with Kevin Owens, like with the popcorn walking through the crowd, but if I would have been more invested in the match, it would have been a lot better.
I don't care about this feud anymore. That's just me.
And that's the issue I have with this. It's like okay, if you have a TV show that you like, and you're watching it, and all of a sudden they start having bad shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have no investment in any of the shows that you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestling is no different, because that's all wrestling is. It's just a show. And so when you lose that investment in it, and the oh wow, this is cool, it's interesting what they did here, or wow, I can't believe they did that, or then you start to have issues.
But
I think
see,
one of the problems is people don't want to see some of these wrestlers fight nobodies.
What?
The jobbers, okay? Well, let's have a big match every week on SmackDown and Raw, okay? You can't do that.
Okay,
if you're gonna build something, you can't do that.
You can't expect to see awesome, great things happening on every single show. Sometimes
I'm not expecting a
that's
great
what
show
it
every time.
sounds like, though, when you're sitting here talking about it. You're like,
I expect pay-per-views
this
to be
sucked, that
good.
sucked.
Pay-per-views better be good.
The sky was blue, and that was horrible, and the grass was green, and that was horrible.
Everything that they do on the show should be building to the pay-per-views. You shouldn't have 17 matches between Aleister Black and AJ Styles prior to having them wrestle at a pay-per-view.
They didn't have 17 matches. They had one this Monday, which is what set up this match.
Which should have never happened. They should have never had this match.
Okay then. Sorry, Charlie. Good grief. The whole thing on Monday is what set up the no disqualification match was because of the stupid stuff that went down with the OC on Monday.
I wouldn't call was a bad pay-per-view. The most of the matches were of high quality. I mean, the matches were
That's what I'm
okay.
saying, man. It's not the worst pay-per-view.
The thing is, if you're just looking at like the wrestling part of it, then okay. But if you're looking for a storyline, this was terrible.
It might have been terrible, but
terrible.
It's definitely not the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen. Just saying, that's just me.
Good
Whatever.
Well, that was stupid pay-per-view. You are awesome. Give me a whole yeah. That's what I've been saying.
I don't think it was the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life.
Worst pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that because I don't think it was the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life. I have seen worse pay-per-views. Did I ever say there were no stories built into stuff?
My standards have been lowered storyline-wise. Better than Starcade.
Like,
I knew she was facing Becky. Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to happen. We knew where it was going.
Okay. I'll share my thoughts. And then just a minute. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. Super Showdown was worse, wasn't it?
No. I thought
yes,
Super Showdown was better.
It was. I disagree. I think Super Showdown was worse.
But I also think Super Showdown had a lot of issues, too, because there's like no storylines.
Except there were more storylines going into that one than there... I don't understand you at all.
I want storylines. I want to be shocked by things. I want things to surprise me. I want to go...
Goldberg
when a
winning
pay-per-view
the title.
I want to go, whoa, didn't expect that.
Okay, oh my gosh. Moving on. Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro versus Nakamura. For the IC title. I knew Sami was walking out with the title. I just knew it. I had a gut feeling Nakamura's not winning his title back right now. And it happened. Sami Zayn ended up pinning Braun Strowman after Nakamura and Cesaro essentially took him out. This is great for Sami. I love that they did this. Honestly, I really wasn't looking forward to this match going into it just because I haven't loved the build up to it. It's just been very long and very like blah, 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 blah. And I actually like the outcome. I like that Sami won. We're probably at WrestleMania. Okay, with the fact that we have Cesaro, Nakamura, and Braun probably all wanting to get a shot at the IC title, we're probably going to get like a ladder match. Or, yeah, it's IC title. We're probably going to get a ladder match for that at WrestleMania, which I'm okay with because we always have an Intercontinental ladder match, and those are always fun. So, you know, Sami will probably put his title up in that. And then it'll be Nakamura, Cesaro, Braun, and probably two other people.
Okay, this is a match I was cool with. As far as the outcome, we talked about it, and we had a feeling that Sami was going to win this. And now it's where they take it from here. Because they could turn this into a good storyline if they do it the right way. Will they do it? I don't know.
So
I don't know that Shayna's boring. It's how they're using her.
Except I'll share my thoughts on that in a minute. We then get the Women's Elimination Chamber match in the main event. Sarah Logan goes in the cage, Liv Morgan goes in the cage, Asuka goes in the cage, and Shayna goes in the cage. We start the match off with Ruby and Natalya. Okay, so, yeah.
Just watch our shows, James.
This was this.
We'll tell you everything that's happening. Shinsuke Nakamura didn't look happy. No, which is good, which I think is awesome. You use that for a storyline. I think it would look cool. This is how you build it. You build a storyline going up into WrestleMania with Cesaro, Shinsuke, and Sami. But I don't think WWE is smart enough to do that. They have to take it off Braun because he's always their realistic backup for WrestleMania. Drew stick Braun in. That's why Braun always gets a weird WrestleMania build. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, I don't know. Braun, they need to do something with him. They put him in these, like, gimmicky matches, and it just doesn't make him look good.
No, it doesn't, but they've been doing it with Braun. They've been doing this with Braun for the last 47 years, so I don't think they're changing anything anytime soon. So, Ruby Riott and Natalya is what starts off the match. I'm thinking, okay, great, lovely, awesome, whatever.
I blame everything on the booking. Because here's the thing. You have these people that you have that are talented enough You have to use the characters that they can be and let them go out and be themselves and be their character. And I think that they don't let them do that. Shayna Baszler, I think, is awesome what she does. The problem is how they book her and how they use her. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that they need. Again, WWE's got to figure it out.
So we
I
start
heard they're
off.
getting another disciple for AOP. It'd be interesting. Maven, I like the Blues, so that means you like SmackDown.
No.
It's not like she booked herself to dominate the whole chamber, right? I agree. That's just why I don't have any issues with. The issue I have is just the whole idea behind it, the booking. Export WWE loves a power character these days. Braun is being treated like the Big Show in 2002. Yes, probably worse. Not burying all the women give the women time to shine. Wow, so maybe it is going to Broadway. Good for you.
So we start with Ruby and Natalya. Okay, cool. Sarah Logan then comes in, and then Shayna comes in, and she eliminates Sarah Logan in 0.2 seconds, and I kid you not, Shayna's all like, to Sarah Logan, and Sarah's like, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, you legit were like tapping out, and then you just like died in Shayna's arms, and I was like, well, that was bad. Okay, neat. So that was that, and then she eliminates Ruby in the next 2 seconds, and then she eliminates Natalya. Yeah, so you remember how we were gonna think, they wanted us to think that we were maybe gonna get some type of a Riott Squad implosion here. Yeah, that didn't happen. So Liv then comes in and then gets thrown around like a rag doll and proceeds to get choked out right in front of Asuka. Asuka comes in, and we get a little bit of a fight for about 2 minutes, and then Shayna puts Asuka in the choke, the old thing. And Asuka just goes, ugh, and that was that.
Now, why didn't the ref lift her arm?
That's what I want to know. I was a little bit,
Just to check.
I was a little bit like, huh? Like, what? Hold on.
The ref is supposed to be like part of the show and like part of the act. And like, they don't even get involved. I mean, it's like, okay, she's choked out. It's over.
Also, the refs don't do the arm thing anymore. When someone is in chokehold, I guess they're trying to be more realistic. Gleen, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I honestly thought the match made Shayna look like a monster heel. Yes, it might have hurt the division, but WWE didn't care about the division before this match was even a thing. Okay, I got something to say about that. You go speak first.
The whole arm thing where they lifted up, if they didn't just skip that with Hulk Hogan, he would have lost every match.
So,
Here's what they should have done, in my opinion, okay, with the Shayna thing.
You think it made Shayna look like a monster heel? The issue with that is the fact that she got literally no reaction. None whatsoever. No cheers. There was no booing. There was literally nothing. Everybody was sitting on their hands and was just like...
They could have made this good.
I'm just glad to be here.
Okay, they could have made this... Okay, I don't know if they could have made it good, but they could have made it a lot better. Have Asuka spit the green mist into Shayna's face.
I thought she was going to do that as soon as she walked in. They came face to face and Asuka was all like, ha! And I thought that she was going to be all like, everywhere. And Shayna was going to be like, ah! That's what I thought was going to happen right at the beginning. And then it didn't.
They should have had her spit the green mist into her face. And then have her, after a couple minutes, come back and then destroy Asuka. It would have made it so much more entertaining. It would have made her look like, okay, I can fight through anything. Anything you throw at me, I'm going to bounce back and I'm going to take you out.
What do you mean she got booed? Really? Did she, though? Because when I was sitting there watching it, there wasn't really any reaction.
What a beautiful woman, Maven. Going to be an awesome mom.
Like, I'm just saying. There really wasn't any reaction when I was sitting there.
Thanks, Elijah. And I don't know. I didn't see much of a reaction either. I just thought, but I didn't see a whole lot of it. A whole lot of it throughout like the night.
Like, I'm just saying.
I don't know. It's just like they could have done so much more with this with her and Asuka, and made her look even more dominant, and they didn't.
Okay, I don't know how how you make her look more dominant, because honestly...
Because you spit the mist in her eyes, and this is what Asuka's used to, like, put people down.
Having her run down...
And now she's blind and can't see.
So now I'd like to know...
destroys Asuka.
Now I'd like to know, where do you go from here after she wins at WrestleMania? Who in the world do you put her up against? Because if she's already run through the entire women's division, what is she supposed to do?
I agree. She did not use the time appropriately. I think that I don't know. I don't think Asuka's a face. I think that, you know, it just happens to be that you had your two biggest people. The two biggest people you had, the biggest heels, were left at the end.
I have a couple different perspectives.
Is Braun injured? I don't know. That's why he's losing or getting him repackaged. Who knows? WWE, I don't think WWE has a clue what they're doing. You both like WWE?
Yes.
For the most part. Although, like, Tonight's Show I didn't like.
So,
that's why he loses or he is getting repackaged.
So, I have a couple different perspectives when I was looking through Twitter at their thoughts on the match. This person said, the story of the match is getting Shayna over. She's super dominant and running through the competition, but this isn't a match. This is a story. This shouldn't have been the main event, especially not for a pay-per-view. SRS said WWE needs to book someone. WWE has needed to book someone to be a strong pillar of the main roster in the women's division to complement the horsewomen for a long time. They're doing that with this WrestleMania, but probably should have with others long ago. Well, Ronda will help her win at WrestleMania. Then Shayna dominates for a while during the UFC retirement home takeover.
Ghost is anonymous. It's 100% real.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, Ronda will help her win WrestleMania than Shayna dominates for a while during the UFC retirement home takeover. Sarah Logan in the chamber. Why? Undertaker's bad at choke slams now, and that makes me sad. I think you have to have help when you do that. See, everybody criticizes.
AJ was like, in the air, and it was like, it was a good thing they zoomed in, because if they hadn't, they would have gotten that bobble, like, full on, like, AJ was almost like,
Yeah. Well, I went back and I watched, everybody criticized Goldberg on his jackhammer.
Yeah, because that was just bad.
Yeah, well, I went back and I watched it, and, like, the Fiend gave him no help at all on getting off the floor.
Okay, well, to that I have to say, hold on just a second. Goldberg has ran his mouth multiple times talking about how, I gotta make myself, I need 2-minute matches, otherwise I'm just not gonna get through. Well then, bub, maybe you shouldn't be in a wrestling ring. If you can't last longer than 2 minutes, get out. Go away.
Show.
I don't care.
That's what he does.
If that's what he wants to throw out as his gimmick, is that he can't last longer, his whole thing is, I gotta be in there and out of there in 2 minutes flat. Like, no, okay? If you're not here to, like, wrestle, you know, like what people do, and I don't know if you, that's what you're here for.
I got tickets to WrestleMania.
Then why are you here?
Go, James.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Your best bet is to get a superstar from NXT. The problem is they wrote him. Okay, let's put Lucha House Party in the chamber so he doesn't get an AEW, but they can lose first. Yeah, they're terrible. Here we go.
Fiend gave him no help. The Fiend.
Yes, I 100%.
James, go have a good time. Come join the Wrestle Story.
Catch up. Let's all complain. And yeah, Goldberg's older. He's very strong, but not crazy strong like he used to be. No, I haven't. The thing is, I don't think he's. It's not about the strength.
Okay, but also.
But you go back and you watch that. I've watched it several times, and there was no help. It's like
but
tonight.
Also the fact.
You have to help.
Okay, but then
with,
maybe
like,
what
the
they should have done.
Tonight,
what they should have done to make that look more believable and make it look better at Super Showdown. Maybe the Fiend should have kicked out of the first jackhammer, and then maybe they should have done it a second time, and maybe he could have gotten up there better than the first time instead of making it look like a stupid freaking suplex.
Okay, whatever.
Because that just looked
then
bad.
That's partially on. Then that's partially on.
It might have partially been on Bray.
Or the Fiend.
I don't drink. Maybe a Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wired after Pepsi. I'm wired after Pepsi.
And then, like tonight, the choke slam, I think that AJ could have probably helped him out more. He didn't really help him out getting, like, there was, like, no help. It was like, here, you're going to lift all my weight and, like, choke slam me. Well, the only thing about it, if you go back and watch, like, if you watch him against people that couldn't support their own weight, they would at least, like, jump and push off on the floor.
Okay, but what do you want Bray to do?
And get their legs up in the air where,
but
like,
what
the
do you,
Fiend
Bray
did not
is a
do that.
big dude.
I'm not saying he isn't.
What do you want Bray to do? Do a freaking backflip? Jump into Goldberg's arms? Is that what you wanted? Did you want Ricochet?
Yeah.
Like, seriously though.
I wanted Ricochet.
I don't understand what you wanted from that. This other tweet talking about the match said this is a glorified squash match. It shouldn't have been the main event. It sure as hell shouldn't have been booked like this.
Yeah. The reason why you get Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins because Owens is mad. Seth took his slice of pumpkin pie. The reason I didn't like tonight's show, the storylines are terrible. It was just bad. If you don't drink, don't go. I think it's more about the coronavirus. That's what. Is that what you're talking about, James? You're unsure you're about going because of the coronavirus. Is AJ mad at the Undertaker?
I don't know. It might have also been because Becky's gonna lose and he can't bear to watch it.
Could be.
You know, can't stand it.
Yeah.
Have to.
Titus Catering was mad, so Titus told Heyman to give Seth Rollins a story.
This last tweet that I saw was one of the biggest like women's wrestling supporters ever. Stephanie Hypes, I'm sure everybody's heard of her. She said, I don't like complaining, but what was the actual point of having that chamber match? Like, the ladies barely got to show out. Isn't that the truth? Like, I really don't know what the point of the women's chamber match was.
There was no point. They could have stuck something else there.
I don't want to see Becky lose. See, I told you!
James, she's going to lose, man.
Like,
sorry.
I don't know.
It's coming.
See, but this is what I'm talking about, though. Becky is losing at WrestleMania.
Yes.
She is losing to Shayna. If she wins, I will be shocked. But she is going to be losing to Shayna, most likely. What do you do with Shayna after that? Who do you put her up against? Because she's already ran through the entire women's division in 0.2 seconds. Like, I just don't know what you do after that, after watching what she did to the entire Raw Women's Division tonight.
And you can come watch us, Zendel.
You know what? I suppose that maybe I suppose when Nia comes back, she can fight Shayna, but it's not like she's going to take the title off of her, because Shayna's going to hold the title for, 47 years like she did in NXT. And the Raw Women's title's going to mean nothing because it's essentially going to be on Brock Lesnar, but whatever.
Export, I don't think people know how to handle heel heat. The fans.
See,
fans have
the
no clue how to
problem
deal with
I
heel
had
heat.
with Shayna in NXT wasn't because she was a heel. It was because she held the championship for 95 freaking years, and it gets old. Yes, after she's run through everybody once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, going on 6 times, it gets old. It gets old. And you get tired of seeing Shayna squash Io 50 times. Watching Shayna squash Candice 50 times. Watching Shayna squash everybody 50 times. It just gets old, and that's what really started to make me go, I dislike her so very much. Not because she's a heel. Not because she's a bad guy. But just because of the fact that she's held the championship for 95 years, and it is unbearable to watch every single match she has on a pay-per-view against somebody, watch her, just to watch her win every single time. The same way. It's just, it gets old and annoying, and I really hope they don't do that with her on Raw, because if they do, sorry, they're going to,
Squash is not a really good word to use, Maven.
But what else do you want to call it? I don't care if she has good matches with all these different people. They're losing multiple times over and over again. Which, to me, is not okay. If you're trying to build up the women's division to look, I don't know, semi-decent, and you want someone to go after the title, maybe you shouldn't have Shayna beat him 45 times in a title match.
Division, so what's the difference? I mean, it's not.
I'm talking about NXT. I was talking about NXT and when they had her there. So, I don't know. I don't want them to do that with her on Raw, because if they do, I'm sorry. They're sadly mistaken. People are not going to like it.
If Lesnar wins, Shayna loses. If Shayna wins, Lesnar loses. What if MMA women face Bayley for the women's title? Hope not. I don't trust WWE booked Mania.
Unless Ronda comes back.
It's worked for the build of WrestleMania, but it's too predictable. Elimination Chamber needs to be a different time of the year. Yes, I would agree with that. Or just, like, get rid of the stupid Saudi show that's right before it.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
I don't trust this Mania for some reason. Probably because WWE has no clue how to build it. And you'll see the matches that are going to be at Mania over the next 3 weeks. Like, 85 times. That's just my guess. Orton will probably have the best match at Mania. It depends on how they build it. I mean, if they do this Edge thing coming back, if they bring Edge back this week and he fights Orton, then it's ruined.
Yeah, Edge isn't having a match on Monday Night Raw. They need to
build this up into Mania, where they don't touch each other.
I don't know.
Maybe there's a lot of back and forth.
Well, too late. They already did touch each other. Okay, Randy Orton started the whole thing.
Okay, that's the point, though. He started it. You don't do anything else with it.
Okay,
you build it up in the storyline now.
What do you want Edge to do, though?
And then you have them fight at Mania.
I get it. It's not like Edge is going to have a match on Raw anytime soon. No, that's not happening. They're not wasting Edge on a Raw. I'm sorry. I don't foresee it happening. I don't expect Randy Orton and Edge to fight in any way, shape, or form in a match. Do I think they're still going to have some altercation or something? Yeah. I think it's going to happen, because if Edge doesn't fight back,
I don't think you don't need to have them fight.
Why would he not fight back? Randy Orton insulted Edge's wife last week, beat the crap out of her, and what do you want him to do? Stand there and go,
no, here's what you do.
You beat up my wife, you jerk.
No, you go, okay.
Seriously?
I can't do anything right now.
I'd be going in, swinging arms left and right, trying to beat someone in the face.
Yeah,
that's what I want to done.
I'm supposed to have
I'm not going to sit back and let this person walk all over me. Yeah, sure, let's have Edge be that guy. Awesome.
Edge will spear Beth Phoenix tomorrow. The thing is he's coming in with a neck injury. Play it out. Don't do this, well, he's better now after, 2 weeks or 3 weeks of, like,
okay, well, we have literally 28 days till WrestleMania. That's what?
4 weeks.
Okay. So, when is his neck injury supposed to, like, go away? If they want to, like, build anything physically at all.
I don't want a back and forth trying to kill each other. Because then you kill the whole storyline.
I don't think so, but,
I think here's what you do. You have Edge come out tomorrow or next week, and you have him talk about, right now I'm injured, I can't do anything about this. I am going to get even with you at WrestleMania. And you build a storyline somehow with that.
Okay.
But you don't have him attack. You don't
like
have
I said, literally, Randy Orton came out last week, insulted Beth Phoenix as a mother, as a human being, as a wife, and then he RKO'd her face into the ground. And you want Edge to come out and stand there. You're a jerkwad.
No, but he's coming off a neck injury.
You touched my wife.
I think that
you jerk.
You play it out that way.
Okay. I mean, how does it kill the storyline? That is exactly how it's built. At least 2 attacks before Mania. Edge would want to kill him. Exactly. For me personally, if Edge comes out tomorrow and is like, calm, cool, collected, like, he doesn't want to rip Randy Orton's face off because of what he did last week, I don't know what they're doing. If anyone
should attack anyone, it's Randy attacking Edge. That's what it should be.
Again?
Yes.
Yeah, well then Edge shouldn't be at WrestleMania.
Okay. No. You want to build a heel? Build a true heel.
Okay. Well, I don't think that's the way to go here.
You did good this time, you do good next time.
I don't think that's the way to do this. I think, Randy can try to attack Edge, but I don't think it's going to work. But whatever, that's just me. I don't think that's the way to go with it.
I think you have to go that way.
This
is a lot of the issue. But here's the thing, okay?
The thing is, I don't want Edge to be a doormat, and I don't want him to get, his face all stomped on and walked over because, that just seems kind of stupid. When, like I said, his wife was out there last week and essentially got,
Here's the thing, okay?
told she's a terrible person and got the crap kicked out of her. Well, like, what? How do you want Edge to come in all calm, cool, collected? Like,
Orton
seriously?
Build up, but you have people that
That makes literally no sense whatsoever. I'm just saying. To me, it makes no sense. Like I said, if it was me, I'd be coming in guns blazing. I'd be like, yeah, you jerk face. You touched my person, and you're going to get killed now.
Matches you want to see at WrestleMania that aren't announced. I don't know, because you have to build up storylines. I just think you have to do that. And, I've said this 100 times. There's no true heels. Right now, you have a chance with Orton to make him a true heel. If you do it right. Shayna Baszler has a chance to be a true heel. And they could have done an outstanding job tonight of creating that if she had the mist spit in her eyes and then came back and won. But the way they did it, everybody in the stands, I think everybody watching on TV is like, okay, yeah, this was expected.
Unless Orton beats him badly again and Edge fights back but loses. Orton is already built up. He's Orton. Yeah, I know. Maven respects the legends. Gleen is doing a heel turn. Well, she respects one of them.
Maven looks sad. Smile, Maven. It's nearly Wednesday.
Dude, the stupid time change is dumb.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I look like death.
I hate the time change. Absolutely hate it.
Sucks.
Yeah. It messes everything up. I really hate the fallback one. We just need to get rid of the time change stuff. Make life a lot easier.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay, hold on. I get people are disappointed.
How do you feel about Orton attacking Bret Hart at Hall of Fame to build more heat? If you would have Bret Hart, you have to, if you're going to do that, you have to tie in Edge and Bret Hart together somehow.
Time change is heel, but turns face when we gain an hour. That's why I missed the first hour. You guys had time change. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I hate our time change.
Someone on Twitter said, I just saw this tweet, it popped up. It said, I get people are disappointed with Shayna Baszler's booking for the Chamber, but this is necessary to build her as a credible threat for Mania. Could it have been better? Sure. But Becky needed a challenger who cleans house unlike anyone she's faced before. She's got it now. How is this necessary to build her?
Give me a whole haven't they already tried that? Multi-women's matches on Mania is no for me. I agree.
How is this necessary? Shayna was already a threat. She literally took a chunk of Becky's neck out. She was already a threat to Becky.
Is doing good, Mr. Gleen? Yes.
I don't get it. Whatever.
I just thought I'd get a Mania and Becky loses. I'll probably get thrown out because I'll probably 100% throw something at Shayna. Don't do that, James. Although you might want to. Go ahead and do that. Then you'd be a star. And so there was a guy that was taken out of WrestleMania. Scott Steiner, I mean. Yes. I knew exactly who you were talking about, Elijah. It tells me Shayna is doing her job, James. Yes. I 100% agree, Export. Remember this, if all the matches went exactly how we wanted them, we wouldn't like it eventually.
Or you could throw yourself at Becky.
I agree, which was why I don't want matches to go, if matches don't go away the 100% the way I want them to, then I'm cool with that. But I want storylines built. I want a storyline built to make things interesting and make people go...
Steiner versus Gravity.
That was awesome. Oh God, my bad. And Maven sleep. Why are you sleepy? It's not Raw yet.
Hey, I should sleep on SmackDown days. Those are the worst. I actually like Raw nowadays. It's been decent, and I haven't had any issues with it.
Yeah.
SmackDown has been a snooze fest. For reals, though. So,
Yep.
So that was a pay-per-view.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. I have to wake up early. Everyone have a great night. Love y'all. Hey, you too, Lizandel. Have a good evening. I think it's predictability when you can call it call it all beat for beat. It's not very good. I agree. I think that's the issue that WWE has right now. Too much of their wrestling is too predictable. I mean, there's no like, wow, that happened. I can't believe it. Um, it's all just repetitive. And I don't need things to happen that I want to see happen like all the time. But I want good storylines that, sometimes I sit there and go, wow, that was a cool storyline and I like the way they ended it, or wow, that was a cool storyline and I hate the way they ended it.
I mean, I'm dumb to say this, but they could have Mandy and Dolph versus Otis and some girl. I think it's gonna be Mandy and Otis versus Dolph and Sonya. That's what I think.
Could be.
That's what I think, because based on the story, I think Mandy will be. I could get behind that.
That'd be interesting.
Mandy being the special guest ref for Otis versus Dolph. I would be totally okay with that.
So since it would be a cool idea, it's not happening. Just saying. Because I think that'd be awesome doing it that way. Give me a whole yeah. I think it'd definitely make it interesting. And I like the way they're building that storyline. So that, that's a storyline that's interesting.
Probably not happening.
When they had Jeff Hardy and Triple H, SmackDown had to try it to be good because they didn't have too many big stars, and they did good with that.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think whether you have big stars or not, I think the fact is creating storylines. If you create a storyline and have people that can cut promos, I don't know that you need superstars, because the superstars will be created.
Except they'll stop them after they, get off the ground, because Vince doesn't want superstars. No superstars here.
I would like to see more managers.
We only like lousy stars. I don't need more managers. I mean, managers are cool and whatever, but like, I don't need more necessarily.
I do. I think
don't
you have
a
managers
with.
for the people that can't talk, and it makes it more interesting.
Okay, but then that'd be I don't know. I don't want to see everybody have a manager.
Not everybody needs a manager. I'm talking about people that just can't talk, that are good in ring and can put together a good storyline. Give them a manager and like have it, be interesting. It's a story that Otis has sold himself amazingly. He has a face we'll all get behind, and his personality is part of what we enjoy. I'm surprised and impressed. Yes, definitely. I think what he's done is awesome. Yes, more Bobby Heenan. Well, not right now, because like he probably wouldn't look good trying to stand up there. More people like Bobby Heenan. Yes. No one even gets Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania. If we had Sasha Bayley at WrestleMania, that'd be cool, but with the way they're talking, we're not getting that.
Need more stars on one show and more story building on the other. It worked back then.
Yeah, and again, your stars will be built if you have good storylines. Brandy gonna be a manager. Jake the Snake Roberts is, and Buddy. LOL. He would probably have to bring his casket. He's coming out with The Undertaker. Or Aleister Black.
I mean, they could have Black versus Almost Mania. Maybe. I want to see.
You gotta build it.
Otis and Mandy will be married at Mania. Watch and see. Yeah, James, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Next year.
But, I mean, maybe next year, but I don't think it's gonna happen this year.
It's good to have managers, maybe that's what's missing in wrestling.
Okay.
What's missing in wrestling is good storylines, but
I think managers would be cool and fine, whatever. But like, I don't need a whole bunch of managers. Like, I just personally don't want 45,000 managers.
Thing is managers would.
That's just me,
cool,
but whatever.
People that can't talk.
I get it.
Good on the mic. You have the managers and the.
Okay, but people will never get good on the mic if they always have somebody speaking for them. Just saying.
But no matter how many times you have them speak on the mic, it doesn't mean they're gonna.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that they can't get better. Okay, I might have.
Yeah, so let's have the crappy people on the mic.
Okay, I might have sucked at riding a bike 45 years ago, and now I can ride a bike like a genius. Okay,
You're not 45
that
years
would be
old.
because that would be because I practiced and I worked on it, and it's not like I just gave up completely and said, you know what, screw this bike. I don't need to learn how to ride a bike. Forget this. Throw it to the side of the road. That's essentially what you're saying about the promo and stuff if you just throw a manager their way.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Sure, whatever. Sure, the manager can hang out and, talk for them every now and again, but, like, don't do the stuff where they don't speak at all. That's what I dislike. is when managers are like, and the dude never. It's like Brock Lesnar. It's probably why it's like Brock Lesnar.
I do not think
because he
Undertaker
never
will be
speaks.
on Raw tomorrow.
Like, so you have to give these guys a chance to speak if you want them to get any better. But I'm just saying.
More sound like a guy in a comical. Yeah, I agree. He could use a manager. Just saying. Because you have these guys that try to cut promos and they suck, and then they just lose everything.
Okay.
And everybody goes,
but
he's
like
terrible.
I said,
He didn't build any stories, so it's terrible.
If they never practice, and if they're only practicing in front of nobody,
okay,
then
but
when
the
they
fact
get in front
is
of
this,
a
okay?
crowd,
Then you sit here and you go, they suck, and then you lose interest in them.
Okay.
Why would I want to do that?
Why should we all expect everybody to be so great at everything?
I don't want them to be great at everything. I want someone to come out and be like good, and like if they can't speak, but you can create a storyline around them, do it.
Okay. But you got to give those guys the opportunity to speak. And yeah, they might have sucked on the first promo they did, but that doesn't mean the next one. Also, it depends on the material that they're given. And if they're given sucky material, sorry.
Managers just made wrestling like awesome.
I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm just saying I don't want everybody who sucks at promos to be handed a manager and said, here.
I don't want everybody to have a manager.
That's just me.
Although I wouldn't mind it,
That's just me. Just saying.
Now you have no managers. Ask Dolph Ziggler. All right, I think that we're gonna take off. Top 5 managers of all time. Let's go. All right, top 5 managers. Bobby Heenan.
Sensational Sherry. Bobby Heenan.
Slick.
Yeah, Slick was pretty good.
Jim Cornette. J.J. Dillon.
Who is that?
He managed the Four Horsemen. He was part of that group for a while.
Who's the manager for the Harlem Heat? What was his name? Can't think of what his name is.
Managers for Harlem Heat.
It was the dude with the cowboy hat. I can't think of what his name is. And he did a thing.
Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman, whatever his name is. Yeah, Paul Heyman was good. Sherry's good.
I like Sensational Sherry. I thought what she did with Macho Man was really cool, and I liked her stuff with Shawn Michaels too. That was enjoyable. I like that era of stuff.
I'm trying to think.
Bobby Heenan was good. I was gonna
Freddie Blassie.
I was gonna say because like
Heenan, Sherry, Cornette, Bear, him. Oh, I never thought about Paul Bear. Yeah, he's a good one. Heyman's good. That's 5 good ones right there.
I could agree with that.
I don't know. Again, you're it's if you think about it, you got a lot of good managers out there that made things interesting. Oh yeah, Paul and Paul. Yes.
Paul and Paul.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. I never even thought of that. He was annoying, but I loved him.
Teddy Long.
Teddy Long was the one that would manage Harlem Heat.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure about that? That's not the one I'm thinking of.
He had Harlem Heat for a while.
That's not who I'm thinking of. It was a dude that always was in
Ted
a white
DiBiase.
suit.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase.
He was always in a white suit. Had a white cowboy hat on. He had like blondish platinum hair. And they did a thing with Harlem Heat, and it was when Sherry was with them. I'm not crazy. I'm going to look it up. Because I'm not nuts.
J.J. Dillon.
Well, I don't know who that is.
I don't know if he managed Harlem Heat. I'm trying to think. Colonel Parker, yes. That's who I think. Look it up. Look up Harlem Heat managers. DiBiase, most of their wrestlers in the late 80s, early 90s. DiBiase was awesome. And I loved a lot of the stuff he did with, like the whole, again, storylines being created by doing, like, everybody go, well, that's a stupid gimmick. And I'm like, it's selling stories. It's not about being, like, you want to make it believable, but you don't want to make it, you want to make it interesting while you're doing it. And him being the millionaire that he is, made it interesting.
Yeah, that was him.
Yes. Did he do Harlem Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I knew that.
There's good female managers. Well, if you go on the female side, I was gonna say Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We said Sunny.
I didn't like Sunny as much. She was okay.
I was right, Gleen. You were right, Elijah.
Sunny was with the Smoking Guns for a minute, wasn't she? Or was
Zelina?
Yes. She was. Zelina
should be at the top of the list.
She was with what's her faces?
Zelina, great. Sable, I forgot about her too.
Yeah, she was with there's Gold Dust and Marlena.
Yeah. Elizabeth's one of the best, and she didn't even do anything.
I know, she was just there.
She just walked out there. Yes, Terry Reynolds, otherwise known as Terry Reynolds.
Or
what they call her?
Marlena.
Yeah, Marlena.
She was with Gold Dust.
Yeah.
Gold Dust.
Lita, Trish.
Yeah, Lita was with
yeah, everybody has
Hardys.
a price. I forgot about DiBiase. Yeah, he was awesome.
Luna Vachon.
We should do a show about that. Just have a show about like managers or something. We can get in and talk about it. Layla was a manager for the Miz and ECW. Dawn Marie. Yep. I remember her. Alright. I think we're going to take off. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have a special show where we do something like that. I was chatting to Luna Vachon, ex-husband, last weekend.
Cool. That's neat. Maven.
Francine.
I didn't know I was manager, but cool. Maven.
So what do her ex-husbands have to say? Any insights on, Did you talk about like wrestling, or did you just talk about like nothing? Gangrel. Yeah.
Maven is a manager for Gleen. I'm not anybody's manager. I'm my own manager.
Peace. It's my bedtime. Later, observing stuff.
Yeah, I know that feeling, man.
Alright. I think we're going to take off. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. We will be back tomorrow. We're talking about him in the Brood. Gangrel's Luna's ex-husband. Yes, I didn't know that.
Luna's dead.
Luna's dead. Yes, I didn't know that too.
Just lay it out there. You know, Luna's dead. You know that, right?
That's because Gangrel's dead too, because he was a vampire.
That's funny.
Good night, guys. Awesome shows. Hey, thanks, James.
You're just like talking.
Manager.
Yeah. Luna's dead.
Yeah.
Luna's.
Yeah, I didn't know Luna was dead.
Luna's dead.
Yeah.
Good grief. You guys
are awesome. Hey, thanks.
Wow. Oh, that was funny.
Gary Hart. I never thought of him either. Hit the like, folks. Peace out. Yes, hit the like. Make sure you tell all your friends about us. Subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow night for Raw. If you don't want to watch Raw, come check out our show. We'll talk all about it afterwards. Tell you how much we like or dislike it.
Yes.
With that, we are out. Thanks, James. Everybody, have a good one. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Have a good one. Thanks, observing. I'm hitting the like button now. Do that, give me a whole yeah. And hey, if you haven't checked out Give Me a Whole Yeah, go check out their shows. They're pretty awesome with what they do. They put out some good content.
Then
check
subscribing.
Subscribe to them.
Yes.
Because they're awesome. All right, we're out. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys. See you tomorrow.